As an English learner, have you ever felt stuck trying to understand common idioms? Today, we're going to tackle one that can really get you off the ground. Get off the ground. Let me share a funny story about a time when someone misunderstood this idiom. My friend, Samantha, was excited to start her new business. She told me, "I'm finally getting my company off the ground." But when I asked her how she was going to physically lift her office building, she looked at me, confused. You see, get off the ground doesn't actually mean to lift something physically. It's an idiom that refers to the initial launch or start of a project or endeavor. Let me show you how it's used correctly. Samantha's business was struggling to gain traction. But after she developed a solid marketing plan and secured her first few clients, she was finally able to get her company off the ground. Here are some examples of how you can use get off the ground in different contexts. In a casual conversation, my new side hustle is finally starting to get off the ground. In a formal setting, the organization's latest initiative is struggling to get off the ground due to funding challenges. In a negative context, the project never really got off the ground because of constant delays and setbacks. In a humorous context, my attempt to start a hot air balloon business never really got off the ground. If you know what I mean. In a literary context, the fledgling company's efforts to get off the ground were hampered by a lack of experienced leadership. In a business setting, we need to get this new product line off the ground as soon as possible to stay competitive. On social media, my Kickstarter campaign is finally starting to get off the ground, thanks to all your support. To help you remember the meaning of get off the ground, think of a hot air balloon slowly rising into the air. The balloon represents your project or endeavor. And getting off the ground means it's starting to take off and gain momentum. The precise origin of get off the ground is uncertain, but it likely emerged in the early to mid-20th century, possibly influenced by the rapid advancements in aviation. Its earliest documented uses often relate to the literal act of something taking flight. The idiom gradually broadened its meaning to encompass any new undertaking, reflecting a growing focus on new ventures and initiatives. Some similar idioms to get off the ground include get the ball rolling, get the wheels in motion, and get the show on the road. These all convey the idea of initiating or starting something new. On the other hand, opposites of get off the ground would be stall out, hit a roadblock, or run into a wall, which suggest a project or venture has encountered obstacles or difficulties. Related idioms include take off, gain traction, and build momentum, which describe the continued progress and growth of a project after it's initially launched. Let's try using get off the ground in a sentence. The new marketing campaign is finally starting to get off the ground, and we're seeing a significant increase in website traffic. Now, let's rephrase that without using the idiom. The new marketing campaign is finally beginning to launch and gain momentum, and we're seeing a significant increase in website traffic. I recently heard a great story about how effectively using the idiom get off the ground can improve communication. My friend, Alex, was pitching his startup idea to potential investors. He said, "Our new app is really starting to get off the ground, and we're seeing a lot of user growth and engagement." The investors immediately understood the progress and momentum of his venture, and they were impressed by his use of the idiom. When using the idiom, get off the ground, be careful not to make these common mistakes. Grammatical error, my business is getting off the grounds. The correct form is getting off the ground. Meaning misunderstanding, some people think get off the ground means to physically lift something up, as in the story about Samantha's office building. Inappropriate context. You wouldn't use this idiom to describe a project that has been running for years and is well established. It's more suitable for new or struggling ventures. To avoid these mistakes, remember the figurative meaning of get off the ground and use it to describe the initial launch or start of a project or endeavor. 1. What does the idiom get off the ground mean? A. To physically lift something up. B. To start or launch a new project or venture. C. To reach a high altitude. D. To stop a project or venture. 2. Which of these expressions is synonymous with get off the ground? A. Hit a roadblock. B. Stall out. C. Take off. D. Run into a wall. 3. Which of these expressions is antonymous with get off the ground? A. Gain traction. B. Build momentum. C. Grind to a halt. D. Get the ball rolling. In this video, we've explored the meaning, usage, and nuances of the idiom get off the ground. By understanding this expression, you can improve your communication skills and better express the progress and momentum of your projects or endeavors. Now it's your turn. Try using the idiom get off the ground in a sentence about a personal or professional goal you're working on. I'd love to hear how you're putting this new knowledge into practice.